What's up, everybody? It's your favorite potato, Redundant 30, coming at you with a Hunt Showdown video, one that's been long in the making, honestly. This one is a poor man's guide to Hunt Showdown, where I'm going to go through some of my favorite cheap loadouts so that this way you can start saving some money instead of blowing it all on Mosins and get you a pretty decent loadout that's going to get you some kills and get some money in the bank. Let's get into it. So we have to address the elephant in the room when we're talking about a poor man's guide to Hunt Showdown, because as you can see, I am not quite exactly poor. I've been stuck at 45,000 Hunt dollars for quite some time now, and that, according to Hunt and Crytek, is above a threshold where I do not get any free hunters. If you are dirt poor, like I normally was when I used to play this game in the past, then you would be offered free hunters when you go to your recruit hunter screen in the recruits tab. I do not have any, so the cheapest route for me to get a loadout build is by purchasing a legendary hunter, which all run at 100 Hunt dollars. You get 3 random perks with them, and you got to buy every single weapon that you get. I know it makes no sense to me, but I do like that they are giving the opportunity for people who are struggling to have cash in Hunt an option to get a free hunter right off the rip. For the purpose of this video, I am going to pretend that my Biatata here is a free hunter that I got from the actual recruitment tab, and we're going to build some loadouts and put some loadouts together that I believe are the best bang for your buck, and loadouts that I have used in the past when I was hurting for cash. Now, the first gun that we are going to look at is the Springfield 1866. It sits at 38 Hunt dollars. It's a single shot rifle that has pretty decent damage, pretty decent headshot range. And on top of that, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get some good damage output. The reason why I picked the Springfield 1866 specifically is because it has the least amount of weapon sway that I've seen in a rifle, and it is extremely reliable. You know what to expect with it. The only downside I would say to this particular gun is that it only has a single fire chamber, so you're going to have to reload after every shot. Now, they also offer a compact variant of the Springfield 1866. It is 33 Hunt dollars, which is a little bit cheaper, which is nice. It saves you a little bit more money. However, this particular gun does have significantly more sway, so just keep that in mind if you're planning on using it. It does take a little bit of practice to get used to, but it's nice because it's a medium slot weapon, which means that you can bring another medium weapon to pair along with it. Now, if you're concerned about distance shooting, there is a compact Deadeye variant of the Springfield 1866. It goes for 46 Hunt dollars, which is a little bit more, but just keep in mind the sway on Deadeyes in this game is pretty significant, so it'll take some getting used to once again with this particular variant of the gun. Now, if distance isn't really your biggest issue, they offer a Springfield Compact Striker, which has a little melee attachment at the end of it. You still get the normal weapon sway, but if you get in close quarters with people, you can actually use a melee attack that is pretty strong. For 47 Hunt dollars, this weapon is great for up close encounters as well as long distance shooting. The next gun that we're looking at in the poor man's guide to Hunt Showdown is the Winfield M1873C. This sitting at 41 Hunt dollars. This is like the bigger sister to the Springfield 1866. Has the exact same weapon sway, so you don't have to worry about that. It does a little bit less damage. Headshot range is a little bit less, but you can still kill people pretty easily with this gun because of how quickly it fires in comparison to having to shoot, reload, shoot, reload. It doesn't have much weapon sway, like I mentioned, so long distance shots shouldn't be a problem for you. Solid gun overall and not too expensive on the bank. Now, the Winfield also has a variant for the Vandal, much like the Springfield Compact. It sits at 35 Hunt dollars, which is a little bit less money than the full barrel version, but the best part with this one is that you can also pair it with a medium slot weapon. Keep in mind the swaying is exactly the same as the Springfield Compact, so you're going to be having to adjust while you're shooting. If that's something you're not good at, you might want to look at the longer barreled rifles, but you can pair this with another medium slot weapon, so it's really all about how you want to make the workout work for you. Now, Redundant, I'm scared of people pushing me. Well, do I have a weapon for you? For just 39 Hunt dollars, you too can also have the Winfield Compact Striker.
does the same thing as the Springfield Compact. That has a bayonet at the end, and you can slice and dice your way through a building easily with this particular weapon. So watch out, people who are camping, because you're prepared for them. If you're not really ready to push in, though, with the Vandal Striker, we do have the Deadeye variant, much like the Springfield Compact. So never fear, you'll be able to shoot some medium range, kind of long range shots on some people. Just know, once again, that the Deadeye scope, as you can see, has not the greatest weapon sway. So keep that in mind when you're trying to take some long distance shots. Now that we talked about our primary rifles that we're going to be using in our Poor Man Guides to Hunt Showdown, I'm going to talk about some secondary options for you. I have 3 in mind that are relatively inexpensive that will still get you the best bang for your buck. Let's get into them. The first in this series is the Nagant M1895, which is a pistol. It's not the greatest pistol in the game. It does 91 damage, so keep that in mind. You have to make sure that you're hitting your shots with these ones. It has a rather slow fire rate. However, it is the cheapest pistol that you can buy in the game, sitting at 24 Hunt dollars. So take the pros and cons as you will, but this particular pistol is a solid choice for a secondary weapon. Now, I'm not too good with shotguns in this game, but I do want to make sure to mention the Romero hand cannon. This particular gun is only 46 Hunt dollars. It's a single shot shotgun, so it will give you a little bit more versatility when you're pushing into boss layers, when you're pushing a team, because you will have that extra firepower behind you. You do just need to keep in mind, though, that this particular shotgun is a one-shot shotgun, so it has a longer reload speed than the Springfield 1866 like we were talking about earlier. That can put you in a sticky situation. I would recommend pairing this with the Winfield rifle over the Springfield, in my honest opinion. Now, guys, hear me out on this one. Don't sleep on the machete in Hunt Showdown. It is 18 Hunt dollars, the cheapest sidearm that you can bring into this game. I used to run this all the time, and it is a perfect companion to any of the rifles that I talked about earlier. It does do a one-shot if you charge up a heavy melee attack. However, if you do 2 quick ones, you'll have to do 2 attacks to take somebody out. But honestly, this is the best bang for your buck melee weapon. Now, the hand crossbow has to be by far the most versatile secondary weapon that you can bring into the game. The crossbow itself just comes with regular crossbow bolts, so you won't have to worry about losing ammo, sitting at just 30 Hunt dollars with just that ammo type. But the best part about the hand crossbow is the choke bolt, in my honest opinion, when you're looking at cheaper options, because the choke bolt gives so much information as far as where enemy hunters are. You inflict bleed damage with this particular weapon, so you can also do arrow pulls, which do a little bit more damage to hopefully get you the final kill whenever you do push into a fight. Bonus round. Now, while these weapons aren't everybody's cup of tea, they do have a very high skill ceiling. However, they are relatively inexpensive and can pack a very powerful punch if you know how to use them. First one is the regular crossbow. This particular weapon goes for 50 Hunt dollars. It has reusable bolts, very much like the hand crossbow, but it is absolutely lethal at close range, which is amazing. And then you can pick up your bolts, saving ammo. And the other favorite of mine, which I'm sure you have seen me if you watched any of my live streams, is the hunting bow. The hunting bow is one of my all-time favorite bow type weapons. It's powerful at close range, and it's actually pretty decent at long range too, because it does inflict bleed damage. So you can go for those sneaky little arrow pulls and get the final kill that way. Overall, these 2 weapons, like I mentioned, do have a high skill ceiling, so might not be for everybody. Just keep that in mind. You have to practice in order to be good with these weapons, but they are relatively inexpensive. They can keep you under that $200 threshold and save you some money, so that this way you can start bringing in some cash versus spending them all on weapons. And that's the Poor Man's Guide to Hunt Showdown. I hope you guys really like some of these loadouts. These are all weapons that I've used. As many of you know, I am a controller player on PC, which is not easy in the Hunt Showdown world. And these guns that I picked out are specific to controller gameplay, so maybe they may not work for you, but they are very easy to control. And that is one of the things that I really have a hard time with, is
weapon sway, things like that. So that might not be the issue for you if you're on mouse and keyboard. But if you do have a loadout that you like that's relatively cheap, please leave it down in the comments down below. I'd love to hear some of the guns that you use. If you guys are liking the content though, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share on these videos. It really helps me out in the algorithm. And if you want to catch me live, I stream on kick.com/redundant30 and twitch.tv/redundant30. You can always check out my TikToks for short form content as well. But right here is where you're going to get the longer form content videos. And I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you out in the bayou. Stay safe out there.